Yeah, we appear to be up and running, so I'm just going to fix this on my head like this and get you caught up on the news, what's been going on in the last, since I had the moves news. I have two pairs of shoes here. These are very light Mizuno running shoes for the streets or paths. These are more rugged trail running shoes that I bought actually in Japan. And I have actually stretchy laces for these, but you don't want to do them too tight because you don't want to strangle your foot. Yeah, you want to have the shoe so it's not moving around too much either. You want to have good support, and you want the shoe to be nice and solid under your foot, of course, but you don't want to do these laces up too tight either and strangle your foot and cut off the circulation and cause pain and cramping. So yeah, we're ready to go. Let's just take off here. It is a beautiful day. I went to Pordenone. Yeah, a little bit of a warm-up with some stair descending. Yeah, I did skate this morning at 7 o'clock, so I'm already pretty warmed up. So yeah, I can pretty much just get going here. All right, well, this is Claut on a sunny day, and I think this is going to be about, this could be about a 45-minute run, but because I'm talking and getting you caught up to speed and everything like that, it might turn out to be an hour or so. Oh, it feels good to move. And yeah, I think the sunshine is very good for your skin in the right dose. This has been confirmed to me even quite recently. The benefit of sunlight and what is it, infrared radiation and stuff that penetrates even your clothing. Hi. This is good. So I'm getting some sunshine today. I did overdo it. Speaking of dose, I did overdo it. Was it yesterday? The day before yesterday. I did quite a climb up to the top of that peak that you can see up there. That's a pretty good elevation gain, and it was quite a grunt. And all the stair climbs that I do in Tokyo seem to pay off, because I did work up to it, but I was able to walk the next day no problem and everything. So, and I feel stronger as a result, not right away. Weaker and tired after doing that, but gradually getting stronger. So yeah, and I mentioned I went to Pordenone to the Naturasi grocery store, which is pretty much all organic, and I have been pretty much all organic for 45 years before most people knew what the heck organic even meant. Yeah, I saw a lecture at the University of Toronto on organic foods and the ins and outs of it, the definition of it, the importance of it. And so since that time, I have been predominantly organic. I used to shop at the Big Carrot in Toronto, which is the only place in the whole metropolis where you could buy organic food. I used to trek down there and get that good stuff. When I was on tour, sometimes I remember I used to have organic fruits and vegetables sent to my hotel room from a company in California that FedExed fresh stuff. They put ice packs and different things in a box and sent it overnight to me, so I had fresh organic. This is the kind of trouble that I've gone to. Organic food is kind of expensive and inconvenient, although that's changing a lot now that it's becoming more popular and everything. Yeah, well, if I ran up this hill, I found that it's good. It's been very good recently, practicing turning a walk into a run, which I mentioned a few videos ago, but I haven't done a full video on it. To go gradually from a standstill to a very slow walk, a stroll, a saunter, and eventually turning that into just a little bounce, and then a jog, and then a run, and then a sprint, going through that whole spectrum and be able to go gradually from one, gradually speeding up. It's not as easy as it sounds to do that very, very gradual, but I practiced this, and as a result of being able to tailor my stride and my tempo and my cadence, I now can maintain, going up a hill like this, a constant exertion, keeping my heart and lungs more or less pumping at the same speed the whole time. That's how to cover the distance in the shortest time. Not that it's a race, but that's kind of the most efficient, is, when it gets steep, slow down, and when it's level or going downhill a little bit, speed up. Keep your exertion level the same, and I can do that by just gradually. I have all these different tempos and gaits that I can dial in, whatever one I need for the conditions. And so this has been very helpful at keeping me moving. Levels out a little bit here, so it gets to that steepness where it really doesn't make sense to run. That extra bouncing isn't worth it. It's more efficient really to do a fast walk when it gets to a certain steepness. Yeah, well, a lot of you enjoyed that short video that I made with Laura last week, where we did CrossFit spins together. It's almost 1,500 views. Yeah, and it was quite a pleasure. I did a motorcycle ride over to Kanadze where she was training, and she was nice enough to take a little time out of her training and everything to do that video together. We'd talked about it a little bit, about what we were going to do and this and that, and we just spent, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes on the ice. I got on the ice after a longer than expected motorcycle ride and a shorter than expected off-ice warm-up period. So I basically just got off my bike and laced up and I thought, oh, just a CrossFit spin. no problem. I had been working on my posture while I was riding the motorcycle, right? You can ride with good posture. And that's what I was kind of working on. I wasn't just slumped down on my bike cruising down the road. And riding a motorcycle on a windy mountain, on hair turn, windy Dolomite mountain roads is definitely exercise for the mind and body. So I wasn't a total zombie when I arrived there, and I was totally into it. And so was Lara. She really wanted to do this video. She thought it was a great idea. I didn't have to use any persuasion at all to make this special event happen, because I noticed when I met her in Claut here, actually, during an exhibition, that she did a phenomenal crossfoot spin in her performance. Yeah, and I got the idea somehow, oh, I'm coming to Italy, maybe I should get in touch with Lara and see if she wants to do a short video together. Yeah, and so we stayed in touch, we made it happen. And yeah, it could have been better. The title of the video was, what was it? Twin spins. And they had planned to be, yeah, well, they were both crossfoot spins. But we talked about, we talked about doing it with the hands straight up over the head. I have a choice here. I will go this way. And I practiced really good. My crossfoot was really good because I practiced it more than usual, because I wanted to take advantage and make the most of this opportunity. There's the ice rink. You can just barely see down there, just above the trees there. Butterflies and insects everywhere. Butterflies galore. Look at all the butterflies everywhere. Yeah, and it rains enough that it's always green here as well. So fresh air too. Very fresh air. Good air up here. Yeah, so nothing ever, for everything I do, I always think afterwards about what I could have done better. And there's almost always, if not always, yeah, I could have done this better, or I should have done this, or I goofed up here or something. And that's kind of it's not like I want to get down on myself and be a pessimist and, you know, just do self-damage to my self-esteem either. But a good athlete certainly wants to be introspective and be able to see themselves. And yeah, you've got your coach for that as well, but the more an athlete can be able to assess, analyze, and have presence of mind, the better that athlete is going to be out on the ice in a performance all by themselves. No excuse not to run here, Gary. It's almost flat. Okay. Yeah, so I actually was quite shocked and dismayed and like, oh my God, I got on the ice and I just started doing a few crossfoot spins. And it's like I forgot how to do a crossfoot. It was like really noisy and couldn't get into position and wobbly. And it's like, oh, okay, come on, Gary, get your act together. But, and I did endeavor to get my act together, and it turned out okay. We both did pretty good spins, but my spin could have been the same speed as hers and the same position, which I think would have been better. So there was room for improvement, and maybe we'll get a chance somewhere down the road to do things better. Lara's spin was, as I mentioned in the comments, it was really exceptional, impeccable, Perfect spin. Very good. But if I asked her, so Lara, how did you feel about your crossfoot spin? She might say, oh, you know, maybe she noticed something about it that she wished had been better. Or even leading into it or coming out of it, or the whole little cute sequence maybe could have been a little bit better. So maybe we'll do something else in the future, Lara, if you're listening. But seriously, I don't want to yeah, it's an important year for her, like every year for a serious athlete. And yeah, with the Olympics coming up just two hours from here, actually, here in Italy, Cortina d'Ampezzo. Yeah, I'm sure she wants to set her sights on doing her absolute utmost to perform her very best to get to the Olympics and to skate well at the Olympics. Yeah, so for her to take some time out for Gary Beacom, well, yeah, okay, it's good for her too to get involved in a project like that. Maybe she worked more than normal on her CrossFit and got it to be better than even before. I do remember early on I made some joke like, oh, I'm gonna really work on my CrossFit spin so that you don't show me up. And it was just kind of a joke because I seriously didn't want to make it like a competition, just a friendly thing, and to show off these spins together, which I don't know who else does them as well. And we both happen to turn clockwise the same way. So interesting for people, lots of views, good audience retention. Anybody who clicks on the video tends to stick with it. So yeah, you learn a lot of things from doing a little project like that. It can be very rewarding, as it was, and yeah, you can pick up a few lessons along the way too. My lesson was, yeah, well, I kind of underestimated how difficult it might be to find the ice rink, because I had been there before. So yeah, I didn't find the ice rink easily and didn't know the name of the ice rink, so got there late, and yeah, we did the best we could, right? Lara did the best she could, maybe. Anyways, yeah, so this is a really nice run along here. I'm gonna get some speed going on. It's pretty flat actually. Starts off a little downhill. Wow, such a comfortable temperature, middle of the day, 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and just cool. Yeah, just lovely. I mentioned about how we lean over to go around a curve in skating, and of course we do the same thing when we're running, or when we're riding a bicycle, or when we're on a motorcycle. When we go around a curve, we want to lean in. Because the tendency is to lean out, like what a car does. Puts most of the weight on the outside wheels when it goes around a curve. So to stay balanced, you gotta lean in. Anticipate the lean. Let your core follow a nice, smooth, streamlined path. Yeah, and trying to keep good biomechanics, good bend, good use of the foot, and for what I don't do properly biomechanically, the foot when it contacts the ground, feels the ground, and shapes itself as much as possible to the ground for stability and balance. Yeah, so that's pretty full breathing. I mean, I'm not pushing myself as fast as I could, but that's really letting the lungs get what they want. Oxygen. They want to bring in oxygen and take out carbon dioxide. So I let them do that. Nice, deep, full breathing. What is the muscle? Diaphragm. Am I right? Your diaphragm is the muscle that you need for your breathing. You can't just breathe deeply for a sustained amount of time just because you tell yourself to. Well, I don't know how strong your head is, but that muscle itself, the diaphragm, the muscle that we use to breathe, itself needs to be trained. Right? And so it does take a little power to keep your respiratory system, your cardiovascular system going. It does take some power. Yeah, the motion of your legs and arms and supporting your weight also takes some power, and seeing and thinking and calculating where you're going to step, and also requires a little bit of sort of mental effort. And if you're talking at the same time, that's disruptive for the breathing. Yeah, so some people, you can go to extremes. I think sunlight exposure is something you want to find a balance of. I don't treat the sun like the sun is evil, and I want to stay out of the sun as much as possible at all times. Always use hats and veils and jackets and sunscreen and whatnot. But I resent being stupid day before yesterday and not putting on a hat, because I went for that long hike and I didn't wear a hat or a shirt, so getting lots of sun exposure. Shoulders and the pate, top of the head. Yeah, well, yeah, if you got a full head of hair, you don't have to worry so much about that. But yeah, shoulders, they weren't used to that, and I felt when I went to clean my shoulders with my bristly cloth. Ouch, ouch. I burned my shoulders. Regrettable. You know, and also like, okay, you're sitting up in Timbuktu, or let's say Timmins, Ontario, you are, in the dead of winter, dark, and even when the sun comes out, it doesn't go very high. Vitamin D deficient. And then you got to jump on an airplane. Let's go for a vacation down south. Get out on the beach. Get burned like a lobster. And endanger your health. So, yeah, gradual in everything, including sun exposure. We're almost at the top. I want to open my throat up as much as possible. Keep my tongue out of the way so that I have as big, and breathe through the nostrils all at the same time for maximum air exchange. Well, even if you're going to do a hike like this, maybe I've really inspired you to go out hiking. Take a small hike, smallest little hike you can find. Next day, do a little more, or a few days later, you know, gradually work up to this. And all things, all changes. Wow. I try to stay away from absolutes and superlatives at all times. Well, we want to breathe well at all times. What kind of a view are we going to get from up here? We're seeing lots of butterflies, huh? All different colored butterflies. There's some big mountains around here, and they're unique. They all have odd shapes. Yeah, we're just around the bend here. We get to the summit of this little hill. Maybe I'll take a rest and show you the view and then say farewell. Ice rink, tennis court. Torrente. Yes. Torrents of water come down those massive floodplains. Well, I guess I gotta go out and take a photo for the thumbnail. And I've been doing seasonal things for the Moves News. Last week I took those picture of those flowers, those high altitude flowers, for the thumbnail. And like I've said before, if you recognize the flowers, maybe you've seen that edition of the Moves News already. And if you haven't, click and watch. Yep. I'm going to take you on a motorcycle ride soon. Sometime over the next couple weeks, I'm going to ride to Cortina d'Ampezzo, where the Olympics are, from Claut. I don't know if I'll film the whole thing, but it's a beautiful ride. And both the trip out of Claut and the trip into Cortina are spectacular. So, yeah, it'll be nice and safe for you. It'll be safe for me too, because I try not to take chances. One never knows. You know, we're all fallible. We can make mistakes. Like coming back from Canadze a few days ago, not happening to notice that there's a red light at the side of the road on the highway that you don't expect. I didn't see a red light. Come around the corner, and there's this big truck coming towards me, honking its horn. All of a sudden, it's like, there was enough road for me to, you know, there's no problem, but that prompted me to give myself a serious dressing down. I scolded myself, as I should, right? Gary, okay, you got to notice those lights, and you just generally have to be more careful. Notice your surroundings. Be very aware. That's to me the most important part of staying safe on a motorcycle, is being aware. So I do strive for this, and yeah, I'm ready to run down the hill. So there's no, I can edit out the downhill if I need to, or you can go do something else if you want. You don't have to watch the whole thing. but I appreciate those who do. And so this is a whole different type of exercise, isn't it? Going down. Going up, it's about pushing yourself up that mountain. And going down, it's about braking. Because my legs don't, if I just didn't brake and tried to let my legs move as fast and as long stride as I'm capable of, I'd stumble. I can't. I have to. So we have to put the brakes on a little bit when we're going down a hill like this, right? And we really have to watch our footing, because I don't want to trip and fall as I'm making my way down this trail. No way. So try to be real careful. Keep my eyes open, keep my wits about me. Be aware of the surroundings. Ah, that's a cool breeze. Oh, so nice. Yeah, I love it here in Claut. Not only the geography and the terrain and the setting, but the ice rink is itself fantastic. And yeah, I get along very well with Marina and Artur, and we're planning on making a little video. A video, what would you call that? It'll be entertaining, it'll be informative, it'll be kind of like a Gary Beacom profile. Interviews and on ice practice and this and that. Okay, we go this way. And so I'm looking forward to doing that with Marina. Marina's got a real sense of music. She's a former ice dancer, for those of you who don't know. Marina Barava. She trained in Barrie for a while, represented Canada even. But she creates a very nice environment in the ice rink there at Claut. Always music playing, and at a pretty good volume too. So it's kind of like a dance floor in there. Yeah, I just go in and warm up and improvise, and it's a really nice place to be skating. And Marina herself has maintained her skills very, very well, and has even developed them, and she skates very well. So she's able to show her skaters all different types of skills and combinations of turns and steps and different things. So yeah, and they all have pretty good skating skills here. So so I'm happy to. There's so many reasons why it's nice to come to this part of Italy in the summertime and break away from that massive, beautiful metropolis, Tokyo. Well, I know I'm on the trail. There's the red and white marker. Yeah, this is pretty good, smooth, dry. Yeah, this is definitely kind of high technical for me. Pushing it a little bit there, really having to keep my eyes open and keep my core strong and balance good, and have an out. So if you stumble, you want to be able to come to the rescue with the other foot too, to mitigate the damages. So that's also an important part of being able to be active. Yeah, I'm moving now, right? Gary moves. Yeah, so this is the moves news for today, and I'm gonna head back down into the town, grab my skates and go into the ice rink a little bit later and work with a group of skaters and coaches from Bled, where the adult competition is in November every year. Beautiful little town on a lake with a castle or something on the island on the lake. Yeah, you just never know who you're going to bump into as you make your way through life. I didn't have any idea that I was going to see some people from Bled here. And it's very nice to be able to share my ideas in person on the ice with those skaters. Yeah, you can learn everything from my videos, but yeah, I give a little bit of individual attention to skaters in the middle of the seminar, try to get to each one and suss out one of their priorities, for example. But yeah, and then I try to stay warmed up and show stuff. You know, like last night I did some nice axles in the middle of the seminar. I did a couple that weren't so great, but yeah, at least one that was quite satisfactory and that I was proud of. So, and that's important too, because I think that it's nice to be able to show, not just tell, but also show. Appeal to that visual learning. Here's the intersection we came at before. And so, yeah, I'm just gonna go down these rocks rather carefully, and then I will maybe have a little snack. There's some nice greens there, dandelion greens and some other nice tender leaves that are, I think, very, very good, as I've said. And I'll take a little bit of that. Like this, for example, these greens are very, very good. Now they're right by the trail, and it hasn't rained. Well, it did rain a few days ago, so I'm sure if I eat those, I'm not going to die, but I'd probably want to catch something a little farther from the trail. This leaf here, that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just take a few of those. Yeah, so yeah, probably if the stores close down, I won't die. Not for a couple months, till the winter starts heading this way. Well, this is fun, going down these trails like this. I don't feel tired right now. I feel like I could do this all day. But it was a bit of an effort to get myself going. And thanks to you, I got myself going. Otherwise, I might have just sat around and rested this afternoon. But I wanted to get this Moves News video done. And so I thought, oh well, maybe I'll take everybody for a run this afternoon. Again, because I have more ideas and insights to share as a result of running a lot. Yeah. So, yeah. Let gravity pull me down. Yeah, I'm not trying to fight gravity. Gravity's my friend when I'm going downhill. Well, maybe not that much gravity, but yeah. Yeah, I really don't know if that's fresh water or not. I'm not gonna try it. Yeah, so this is what is this? These brambles here. This is blackberries or raspberries or stuff in here. Didn't I see some raspberry and blackberries and stuff like it in here? I did, but maybe not right here. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, I'm going to be leaving Claut before those ripen, so they're for somebody else or some other creature. Yeah. Yeah, well, you can think to yourself, oh, am I jinxing myself talking about how safe I'm going to be and I'm not going to have an injury, I'm not going to stumble and have an accident, how important it is to keep your eyes open, watch your footing, blah, 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 blah. Wouldn't it be sort of not unexpected that I would stumble and fall? Yeah, don't be running your mouth about your safety and your this and your that, and then you go and stumble and fall. So, but that's, I don't talk myself into those sorts of things. I don't believe in superstitions. I try to get over superstitions. That's kind of a superstitious idea in a way, not entirely, because when we get too arrogant about our abilities and our skills and that, we can, arrogance begets a fall. Is that how it goes? Pride begets a fall. So, yeah, humility for safety. Ah, it's lucky those hip flexors move so that I can take nice strides going down this hill. Right here, I'm just coasting. Yeah, this is the perfect slope for just coasting. Very comfortable. Roses. That river is dry. Like lots of the rivers around here are dry. Not all of them, but lots of them. Yeah. Yeah. That's the hill that I climbed straight ahead up there. Yeah, and thanks for your help. I'll sign off and say goodbye now. I'll go get some rest and head over to the ice rink a little bit later. Cheerio. Thanks for joining me. Get out and take a walk or a run or a trot or a jog. And I'll see you later. Bye.